Hello everyone, welcome to quadrant 360. Today we have this question here that is saying we should find the value of tan A given the secant of A to be equal to negative 10 divided by the square root of 91. And the question goes further to tell us that the angle A is in the second quadrant. Let's see how we will solve that. First of all, let's have a look at the quadrants whenever we are dealing with questions of this form. If this is a Cartesian plane, we call this side the first quadrant. This will be the second quadrant. That's the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. So the question is telling us that the angle A can be found in the second quadrant, which means A is located somewhere here. Let's go ahead and make a proper sketch, a bit proper sketch down here. That was just to tell you where the angle A can be located. This is also going to be another rough sketch, so I'll locate this line up here, get an angle A down there, extend this a bit, and then we will drop this line down. We will drop this line down. Note that this is not drawn to scale. This is the x-axis, which is negative x. That's positive x. We have the y here and the negative y down here. Let me write the negative y well. Okay, that's negative y axis. So this is a rough sketch of the question, and we have to find tan A. Let's look at sec A. What is sec A? First, note that secant is the reciprocal of cos. So if cos A is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse, then the secant A, which is the reciprocal of that, will be given as the hypotenuse. I'll call it hypot divided by the adjacent of the angle A. And we knew that this was given in the question to be equal to negative 10 divided by square root of 91. If this is where the right angle is, then the side opposite to the right angle, or the longest side, is always the hypotenuse. So that will be considered to be the value of 10. And then the adjacent is negative the square root of 91. Yes, that's the adjacent. Somebody will ask, why is the hypotenuse not negative? But the square root of 91 is negative. Yes, it's the square root of 91 is negative because that's on the negative x-axis. It's on the negative side of the x-axis. Let's go ahead. Let me move this down to get more space down here. We can use Pythagoras theorem to find the value of this length that I call small letter a. And we can say that by Pythagoras theorem, that a squared plus the square root of 91 also squared. Yeah, we can do away with the negative, or if you want, you can still put that in negative. We are squaring it. The negative will go away. It doesn't even matter. You can choose not to do the negative. Let's take that off. And we say that one is equal to the hypotenuse squared, which is 10 squared. If we evaluate this, we will get a squared plus 91 to be equal to 100. That means a squared is equal to 100 minus 91. 100 minus 91. Yeah, so a squared will be plus or minus, a squared will be equal to plus or minus, oh sorry, a squared will be equal to 9 before we take the square root. A squared will be equal to 9, and then we say a will be equal to plus or minus the square root of 9. Plus or minus the square root of 9. So a is going to be equal to either positive 3 or negative 3. Let's go back and look at the sketch that we just did. Looking at a can be located on the positive y axis. Because of that, we can say that a is equal to positive 3. I'm going to make another sketch down here, just the same drawing that we did. We had something like this. It's going to be a bit bigger. It is just a sketch. That's a. This side is 10. This was square root of 91. And this side is 3. That's what we just did. Don't forget, down here was the right angle. And the question says we should find the value of tan A. So we go ahead and say tan, or the tangent of the angle A, is given by the opposite, which is the side opposite to the angle A, and that is 3, divided by the adjacent, which is the square root of 91. And looking at the second quadrant, tangent is negative. Tangent is negative, so this will be negative. Or you can say this side is negative the square root of 91. That will also help. This you can say this is your answer, but if I'm your tutor, you will not get full marks for this. Let's go ahead and rationalize this and say that the tangent of A is equal to negative 3 root 91 divided by 91. Or we can also say it's equal to what I'm going to write is the same as this one here. That's negative 3 root 91 divided by 91, which will be negative 3 out of 91 root 91. And that will be the end of the question. Thank you very much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if this is your first time. Thank you very much. See you next time.